And now it's time for Ask Roz and Mocha.
All right, here we go. This is episode 1147 of the Roz and Mocha Show podcast.
There we go.
Let's kick it off with Emma. What's going on, Emma?
Hi.
How are you?
I'm good. How are you?
Wonderful. What's your question?
My question is, have you ever broken a bone? And if so, how did it happen?
What bone have you broken?
I have broken my femur bone, which is like right above the kneecap, that huge bone in your leg.
How'd you do it?
When I was 6 years old, I climbed to the very top of a rope in gymnastics and basically just let go and fell from the top.
Oh, my God. Damn. And how old are you now?
I'm 19.
Okay. Do you still feel that pain now that everything's kind of like healed up?
Nope.
No?
Never felt
Okay.
any pain or had any trouble.
Okay. Femur. Anything else?
Nope. That's it.
All right. Roz.
I broke
Everything.
so much.
Right?
Everything. I broke my
Hearts. Roz's broken heart.
Tell me about it. Broke a lot of hearts. Yeah. No, the first time I had a cast on, I think I was before kindergarten.
Really?
Yeah.
Oh, my God.
The first time I had a cast, I broke my wrist.
Uh-huh.
So I was probably like 4.
Yeah.
And I broke my wrist. That was the first cast I got.
That's insane.
So I broken my wrist. I've broken my ankle. I've broken all 10 toes multiple times.
Holy.
I chipped my tailbone one time. I broke my heel. I broke the side of my foot. I broke my shoulder in half all the way down.
Wow.
What else have I broken? I've had 2 concussions.
Mm-hmm.
I've had, a lot. And I've had kidney stones. I've had all this stuff. Like
Wow.
I've broken a lot of stuff.
Wow.
The worst one was the tailbone.
Yeah.
That was the worst because you just can't sit. You can't even lie down when you have an injured tailbone. It just hurts all the time,
think about it.
and you can't do anything about it. And I remember when I did my tailbone in, getting to work all those years ago, I had to take the bus.
Oh, no. Yeah.
Right. And I had to bring like a tube to sit on.
Oh,
yeah.
really?
It's like an inflatable donut.
Like a hemorrhoid seat?
Yeah, like a hemorrhoid seat. Yeah, I had to bring that. I had to bring that on the bus, right? And then the worst was I was like I would never get on the bus when it was empty, right? And because just my stops, like it was just always a full bus, right? And then so I would get on the bus and I would have to I would carry it with me, right? Because I thought that was a better thing to do. So I would carry it with me and then I would wait for a seat to open up and then I would have to put that down. But sometimes I just didn't have enough room in my bag. And so I would deflate it, right? And then if a seat opened up,
Yeah.
I would have to
blow
it up. I would have to blow it up,
Bro.
and then stick it underneath me. And I did that for 2 months.
Oh my God.
Because I couldn't handle it. It was too much pain to ride on the bus, and even standing was too much pain because if somebody bumped into me from behind, it was just agony, right?
Yeah.
But yeah, so I would if a seat opened up, I would sit down, but on an angle, so I was on one bum cheek, right? And then I would reach into my bag and I would pull up my donut and blow it up like a pool floaty.
Like on the the handicap seats at the front?
No.
Damn,
And then I had to blow up my my butt donut. Yeah.
Oh my
And then when you got off, the only thing I was always just so terrified of forgetting it, right? Not because it's embarrassing, because it is embarrassing.
Yeah.
But I was always afraid to forget it because then I would have to go and get another one and everything
Another
else.
donut?
And then I would leave it behind and everybody would think it was gross, right? So nobody would want to do anything. It was just everything. The whole thing was just terrible.
Damn.
But that was the worst one though, because it was embarrassing. Yeah.
Damn it, Maury.
A year ago, I broke my left humerus bone.
Yeah.
And at work.
Oh, that's right. Yeah, Maury shattered his arm in half. Right in half. The whole thing was just floating there.
I still feel it from time to time. They always say, if it's going to rain, you'll know.
Yeah.
And I never thought that to be true, and now it is true.
Oh, yeah, dude. You're going to feel it forever.
Yeah.
Forever. When I broke my shoulder, if I even laid on it wrong, it would hurt for 2 days.
Really?
And that went on for years.
Yeah.
Years that
Shem,
went on.
You ever break anything?
Yeah.
Other than the 10 Commandments.
Damn.
Wow.
Other than your pact with God.
Never done that, guys.
No.
So when I was younger, I broke my left arm.
Aside from backs.
Hey, that's a daily thing, you know what I'm saying?
Okay, now. Okay.
Yeah, you broke what?
You broke.
My left arm playing with the fire truck and landing on the the sort of dining table. Like I jumped from the couch to the dining table.
Like a toy.
fire truck.
Like a toy truck. Yeah.
How old are you?
Like 4 or 5.
Oh, wow. Okay.
And I've also had my ribs broken, but I got into a fight. But
I broke ribs too. I forgot to mention ribs. But yeah.
That hurts, right? Because you basically can't.
Oh yeah,
You can't breathe.
I
right?
got beat up pretty good, and it was pretty bad.
Oh, that sucks.
Yeah.
Breaking ribs is it's terrible because two things, like you can't laugh, right? It's too painful, and my God, if you sneeze, it's the worst.
Terrible feeling.
It's a terrible feeling. You broke your collarbone.
Yeah. We won't get into specifics,
No.
but like,
okay.
if anyone who doesn't know, I was training for the X Games, and I was on a BMX bike, and I broke my collarbone, and I fell down trying to do a wicked flip. Anyway, don't need to get into the details of that. Emma, appreciate you, love you. Between Roz and Mocha, who's your favorite?
Oh, even though Roz, I love his stories. I got to go with Mocha. He's more my generation,
Shut up. We're the same generation.
Yeah, me and Emma. Facts. You're 19, right?
Yeah.
Oh, yeah, so close in age. I love you, Emma.
God damn it.
Bye.
Bye. Let's see what else we got here. Oh, Melissa says, question for Shem. He said that he would love to work on a soap opera. Who would he play as a character, and what would his storyline be? Need all the details. Possibly a twin? I could see that.
It's funny. I mentioned that recently to a group of students, and they all belly laughed at me, really pointed and laughed. It was for an industry thing, but yeah, they laughed at me. Anyways, soap opera. I would love to play a villain.
Why did they laugh at you? Because they thought that it's a ridiculous notion that you would be a soap opera star?
Yeah, because they're students, and soap operas aren't really their thing nowadays.
How old are they? How old are they?
Like college students.
Oh, okay.
Yeah.
College students?
Yeah.
I thought you were talking about little kids.
No, college students.
Oh, even the college kids laughed at you?
Oh, yeah. It was
damn, bro, you can never let that down.
It's quite traumatizing, not gonna lie.
Facts. But how would that even come up in conversation?
They asked me what I wanted to be before I got into radio, and I said I wanted to be a soap opera actor, and they belly laughed.
The better flex would have been the truth, which is you went to law school.
Oh, I mentioned that too. I said soap opera first, then law school, and then now where I am today.
You should have stuck with law school, bro.
Soap opera first.
Thought it was cool.
We all got dreams.
Yeah.
All right, so what would your character be? What would the storyline be?
I'd want to be a villain for sure.
Yeah.
I just think villains and bad guys just have more fun.
Are villains always villains, though, or do they flip back and forth?
In soap opera world, they definitely flip back and forth.
Yeah.
They definitely do.
Wrestling.
Yes, very much so.
Yeah.
Very much so, yeah. You can have a villain with a heart type of thing, right? So I'd want to be a villain for sure.
What profession, though? Just like historically wealthy, or would you want to have a job?
I think I'd want to be a right hand.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? Like a hitman.
What are some of the jobs on soap operas these days? What are people doing?
Mostly like tycoons, like
That's
business
what I mean.
tycoons.
Yeah. Just
You know?
because
the money.
Well, because you have to justify why are they home all day, right?
That's true.
Like
Finance.
Yeah. Otherwise, you got to build a set for the guy's office, like he's an accountant, right?
Sure.
And then where is he all day when the twins arrive? Like, they gotta. That's why everybody on soap operas has to be rich, right? Because why else would they be home all day?
Yeah, rich families and all that stuff. Yeah. So I'd be a tycoon.
Caitlin says here, what TV or movie line / catchphrase do you use in real life? I mean, for me, it's always that's what she said.
Yeah.
From The Office.
Yeah.
That's like my number one go-to.
Yeah. Mocha and I for years would always say shake and bake.
Oh, yeah. Shake and bake.
From
what about from Vice
Talladega
Principals?
Nights. Oh, yeah.
So,
such a good show.
Kenny Powers, what's his name? Danny McBride.
Yeah, and Walton
Goggins were in a show called Vice Principals for, I think they only did like 2 seasons on HBO. And there's one line, it was like the season finale, where Walton Goggins says, "End of lines."
Wow.
And he was just trying to convince Danny McBride's character to say that line like with conviction, right? He'd be like, here's the situation, here's the line that you need to deliver, and here's how you're gonna say it. You're gonna say it with force, say it with your chest. End of the line.
Yeah.
And Ross and I used to, for a year, every now and then, we still bust out that line.
Yeah, always. Also,
so good.
Also from Eastbound and Down, Fiexons.
Yeah, Fiexons. Yeah, absolutely.
And I'll tell you, Catherine, did Jenna hate it too, or was it just Catherine?
No, Jenna hates it.
Jenna hated it. Okay, so
Actually,
yeah.
wait, no. Jenna didn't like it at first, I think, but then came around to it. And now we say Fiexons at home too.
So Catherine hated it when Mocha and I would say Fiexons, right? Yeah. And so much so that years ago, when we used to go to each other's houses, Mocha had like a thing at Christmas one time, and all the food was out like on the table, and he had little notes in front of all the food, and in front of like the garnish and everything else, Mocha had just written in fancy lettering Fiexons, right? And Catherine saw it and completely got triggered.
So many Fiexons.
It was the best.
Shem, do you have a movie line or catchphrase that you use in real life?
Not now, but I used to always do like, did I do that? Because I was obsessed with Steve Urkel and the Family Matters.
Yeah.
But no, nothing really that I use. No, not really.
No. Maury?
Matthew and I quote 2 lines from Devil Wears Prada
By all means, move at a glacial pace.
And gird your loins.
You know what?
Like we literally, there isn't a day that goes by that we don't at least say, by all means.
It's so funny when Ross says it. I love it. When was the last time Matthew used that line on you?
I used it on him yesterday.
Yeah.
Because I was waiting at the door to take the dog out, and I had my like hat on, my jacket on, the dog had his boots on, and Matthew was sitting on the toilet.
Yeah.
Like, because he had to go. And he was taking forever. And I'm like, by all means.
What was the line from Napoleon Dynamite
Which one?
that always popped
Lip
up?
gloss?
No.
Oh, my lips hurt real bad?
Yes, my lips are real bad. Yeah.
I always say that too.
Yeah.
It's so good.
Yeah.
Okay, Grace says here, are there any objects that you refer to by its brand name rather than the object itself? Yes. For example, do you call cotton swabs Q-tips or tissues Kleenex?
Of course, everybody does.
Yeah.
I think everyone does. Even like with lip balm, you call it chapstick.
Do you ever give things a sound?
So I don't actually say chapstick. I say lip balm. Yeah.
Yeah. Now I say more so. I say lip balm over chapstick.
But yes, you're right.
But
It was always chapstick regardless of what the
time. And yes, Kleenex I agree with. Q-tips I agree with.
Yeah.
What else? What were you saying, Maury?
Because at our place, like, the Kleenex blow, et cetera, but at our place, if we wanted to share the nose clippers, it's just easier to say, can I borrow your...
But that's not the...
Wait, what?
But that's exclusive to you guys.
No, but I'm just wondering if anybody, like, if you're not using brand names for things, do you give things at home a sound?
No. I'm sure there's a lot of husbands that describe things their wives have as a...
Wow.
Yeah. They're not happy about it either.
No.
Especially if you don't use the sound, but you hear it, we call.
Yeah, come on, man. No.
I told you I was on my way.
No, if you no.
You know how much traffic there was out there?
No.
Yeah, babe.
Yeah, all day.
Yeah.
Right?
Yo.
Yeah. Also, it hurts even more when you do it like right before I get home.
Yeah.
Right? Like,
come on.
Like,
you know what? I don't even feel like eating dinner now.
No, like tell me I got no shot without telling me I got no shot. Right? You know what I mean? Like right before I get home.
Yeah.
Yeah. You're so disinterested completely that it's right before you get home.
Rini says here, why did Dammit Maury want to work on the Roz Mocha show? Did he hate his old job, or did he just want to work with Roz so he could stare at him all morning?
I mean, that. But I think that a lot of people want to think, how do I take my career to the next level, right? And seeing Roz at everything, and the people I was with, I never saw them out at anything. So I just thought this is the progression that makes the most sense. Like,
you were unhappy as hell.
Yeah, I hated
you were
it.
looking to get out.
Yeah.
Just be honest, bro.
I don't know. I mean,
we have a whole
It's
documentary.
on the documentary, man.
You literally told the whole story on the documentary.
I just thought maybe now's my chance to change the narrative.
But why?
I don't know.
But it's already documented.
It's already out. It's your narrative. When somebody changes the narrative, it's they're trying to change something that they didn't create. The story you're trying to change is your story.
I know, but does this way sound better?
No.
Oh, okay.
It's
There's
boring. I wouldn't have used it in the documentary.
Somebody that DM'd me once and it was like anytime Maury tells a story about something from the past, literally every single time, he always changes the details. So you never know what the real story is.
I've heard that a lot with people who have gone through and listened to all the podcasts.
Yeah.
Where they're like, Maury told a story two completely different ways.
Yeah.
Because I don't think I remember it.
Two completely different ways.
I know.
Yes.
So like, is he like either A, making it up, or does he just like not remember how the story goes?
It's
And he's just
that.
like
Yes.
making.
Oh, Maury had a lot of years where he was like, you know, would just freely talk about, you know, how awkward and awful he was in the bars and his pickup lines never worked. And then all of a sudden, Maury starts telling these stories of like how he was a stud and like used to make out and all this stuff. And I'm like, nothing makes sense.
I know.
It's like it's not even like I understand maybe you move to a different town and you're like, God, I don't want to be a loser here.
Yeah.
So I'm going to start telling the fellas that, you know, I'm a player, right? But like you didn't move to a different town.
You try to change history, but meanwhile, we have history documented.
It's all documented.
Now we're going with this story.
No, we're not.
Bro, the 6-part docuseries came out less than a year ago.
I know.
Anyway, Good Life for Life says here, where do you guys work out?
Oh.
Maury's talked about this place.
I go to
surprised they
Barry's.
I was just going to not say their name. I'm surprised they haven't bought advertising yet. Okay, so Barry's, and Roz.
I'm not going to say where I work out.
Yeah, you don't want to say where.
You
work out at a gym.
I work out at a gym. It is not I don't go to it's not a franchised place.
Yeah.
Let me put it that way, right?
Sure.
Like it's it's very exclusive. You wouldn't know. You couldn't get in.
I work out at home.
You couldn't get in. I shouldn't even. I'm not even going to tell you because they wouldn't accept you.
I work out at home, and then there's a boxing gym that I go to twice a week where I'll use their weights and then I'll do the boxing.
What do you do at home? Where do you keep all that stuff?
We have a gym set up in the basement.
Do you?
Yeah. I got a rack with like free weights.
Yeah.
And then we have like the big rack.
Who carried
with the bar.
all that in?
We did.
You did.
I did. Yeah.
With all the weights and stuff, you
Everything.
carried that in.
Yeah. Got it all.
Yeah.
Shem, where do you work out?
I don't. Come on. No, I play basketball.
There you go.
Yeah, I actually play. I don't mind saying I play basketball the same place that we did the race.
Oh, in Scarborough? That's not triggering for you?
Triggering? No. I don't mind going back to see the crime.
Yeah, that's a good spot too.
It's a great spot.
Yeah, they have beautiful basketball courts.
Great.
It's awesome. Really
Lombardo
do.
says here, would you trade your siblings for a day?
Oh, wow.
Like
with each other?
Like, who are you trading them for?
I guess trading Daniel and Kyle for Roxy.
Oh, that's not my sibling. That's my
Bro.
kid.
Oh, and that's
Sibling man!
Oh, hold on now. Okay, I get what he's saying. Okay, yes, I would for a day. That would be fun.
Like you would trade your brother Rich for, let's say,
I'd kick it with
Daniel and Kyle?
No, I'd kick it with Maria's sisters for the day. I think we'd have a hell of a time.
Oh yeah, of course you would.
Right?
Yeah.
Yeah. Daniel and Kyle, sure. I'd hang out with. I'd go for lunch with Daniel and Kyle.
They just sit on their phones all day, so you'd be fine.
Not with me, they wouldn't.
What
Not
about
with me, they
your
wouldn't.
sister, Shem?
Oh, she's
But
super cool. Chantal's
lives in-
cool.
Yeah, she lives in Buffalo.
Yeah, I would even do
You
that.
have to cross the border, though.
I'd even, but
Oh,
like
she can come over here. She's cool.
And I think that Shem, well, here's the problem though, is that I think Shem, if I gave you my brother for the day, right? I think you guys would probably have a great time. I really do. I think he's a huge nerd. You just talk and go for lunch and you guys would have a hell of a time. And then I think I could, I'd have a wicked time with your sister, I think. Now with Maria, who's not here today, I would party with her sisters. Like, I think that if we just went to like a bar and hung, I think we'd have a great time, right? I'd get along. But I don't think Maria would have fun with my brother.
No, definitely
Right?
not.
They're not the same kind of person at all, right? At all. Yeah.
It's like hanging with your dad.
Yeah.
Right?
Yeah. It just, I don't think they would.
Different
they
worlds.
wouldn't get along.
Completely different worlds.
No, he's got no time for
anything.
Yeah. Right. He's very particular.
Let me explain wormholes to you.
Yes. Mocha, I think that you and my brother would have a great time together.
Oh, yeah.
I'd kick it with your sisters. For sure. I'd kick it with your sisters. Maury and I'd hang with Daniel and Kyle for sure.
I would hang with Daniel and Kyle.
Do I think that you and my brother would have a fun day together? You know what? I actually think that if there was some sort of activity that they had to do together, right? Like, I think that if Maury, my brother, went for paintball, like went and played paintball, right? I think that they would have a hell of a time.
I was going to say potato sack race.
No. Where do you do that, Maury? Where do you do that?
So exciting.
Like, whose family reunion are you going to have a potato sack race?
What?
Like, where do you do that?
You're not hanging out with anyone now.
Where do you do that? Does that like pop up in parks now? Is it popular like Ultimate Frisbee?
Well, when you said activity together, that was the first thing that came to mind.
Potato sack race.
Why would you say something like axe throwing? Or Roz gave a great example of paintball. Or
I don't mind.
Maury, do you think there's two people in a sack when you race a potato sack race?
Yeah, like 1 foot, one leg in, one leg out.
No, that's a 3-legged race.
That's what I meant.
No, not a potato sack race. If you want to talk about 3-legged races, we can talk to Shem.
Saw you, my guy,
All right, yo. Let's see here. Okay. BLC White, before we get back to the phones, BLC White says, what movie title would best describe each of you?
What was that movie we saw on Tubi the other day?
Shatas. Yeah, right, pal.
There was another one. No, what was the other
was the one about
the Grinch who stole whatever, dude. Let's see. Movie title. Oh, mine would be easy. Man. Friggin' Boys in the Hood. That's my movie title.
For God's sake.
This guy.
Right? Shem, you'd be Nutty Professor.
Wait, man, come on.
Roz would be Grumpy Old Man.
Yeah. Going through all the Black independent cinema movies on Tubi.
Fire.
Oh, Sinful Lies, Shem.
Oh, okay. I'm in.
Yeah. The Candy Store.
Sounds sinister.
Who Killed Terrence?
Oh, not Terrence.
Oh, no.
Oh, here we go, Shem. Tears of a Hustler.
Oh. Is it Hustler or Hustler?
Oh, it's Hustler.
Oh,
yeah,
wow.
Interesting
Okay.
catch.
Interesting.
Yeah.
What was the other title we saw the other day,
Outlaw
Shem?
Johnny Black.
Oh, yeah, we saw that one.
Yeah.
Plug Love.
Whoa.
Yeah.
What was it?
Yeah.
Badass Day or one day? Or not Fat Ass Day.
Oh, here we go. Cons and Cougars.
Oh, yeah, we saw the title for that.
That sounds fire.
Yeah.
I think we saw one that said like what had happened was.
Oh my God. There's a movie on Twisted Marriage. Oh, and there's 4 people. There's 2 couples. That seems complicated to me.
Like
Very
that.
twisted. God, Tubi's. What about Buffed Up, the movie?
Yeah.
Oh, can I read you the title?
Yeah.
The Young and the Ratchet.
Yeah. There we go.
That's fire.
Yeah. Romeo and Isabella.
There's one called Stripper Party.
Yeah. Oh, Falling in Love with the Devil. Yeah, there's a lot. Anyway, go on Tubi. There's anything on Tubi describes my life perfectly. Yeah. Uncut Village.
Oh, there's one called The Neighborhood Dope Maine.
Yes.
Not man,
there we
Maine,
go.
Mane.
Yup. Oh, Father, may I? Oh, there we go.
What about Gold Digger? Not Digger, Digger.
There we go. Yeah. I'm in Love with a Stripper.
Hey.
Hey.
Was that part 1 or 2?
Yeah, that's just part 1.
Okay.
Oh, I haven't seen part 2. Don't spoil it. He played me too.
Oh no.
Shoot.
Yeah.
The sequel?
Yeah.
Oh, One Badass Day. That's the name of the movie.
Yes.
Basic.
Oh, got my hustle up.
Yeah. What about you picked the wrong one?
There's a movie on here called Just Sex. Oh, what about? Oh, here we go, Shem. Here we go.
Hit me.
Black men don't cheat.
Hey, facts. Facts.
Yo, big up Tubi. All right, let's get back to the phones. Hello. Welcome to the Roz and Mocha Show. How you doing?
I'm good. How are you?
Doing wonderful. This is Dr. Rini, right?
Yeah.
All right, go ahead.
Okay, so I'm listening to old episodes of the podcast,
Yeah.
and you guys were talking about This Is Us a lot, and Mocha kept saying he's not ready. So it's been like 7 years. So I was just wondering if he got around to watching it, or if he's still not ready.
Did you watch any of This Is Us?
I
You
didn't end up watching any of it. You know why? Like, I know people were hot for the show right when it came out, right? Mm-hmm. And everybody in this room watched it, and y'all loved it. And it was like really sad. And I was like, man, I don't need sad stuff in my life.
No.
And then I can't remember. There was one episode, and it made like, especially you, Roz, it made a lot of people upset. When you found out how like somebody died or something.
That whole, my problem with This Is Us.
And then I was like, after that, I was just like, nah, I'm not into it. And then the season started to kind of dwindle with interest. And then I was like, I'm not going to waste my time if people start hating it.
Yeah. So the whole thing with This Is Us was season 1 was built around, because it's a time jump show, right? And the whole season was built around, the mystery behind how the dad died. Okay. And then the problem is that they got to the end of the season. They reveal in season 1, correct? How the dad died? Is that is what happened, right?
Yep.
But then
in season 2, they reveal how he died.
That's right. So yes, that's
sorry.
right. So the thing that pissed me off was they got to the end of season 1 without revealing how the dad died, and that really pissed me off. And then they went into season 2, and as soon as I found out how the dad died, which I didn't watch, I stopped watching after season 1 because I'm like, that's the sort of big mystery, and they were just dragging it on. But then after you found out, they didn't evolve the story. It was still a time jump story back and forth, and they just started then adding all these new complications, so then everybody got their back and forth, how they became who they are, and it just wasn't, the show just changed. And it lost me after season 1. I really did enjoy season 1. I thought Mandy Moore was dynamite in that show, but I was done after season 1. Don't go back. It's not worth going back and watching.
I'm not going to.
No.
Yeah, they just went to too many time jumps, and they jumped forward a bunch as well. Oh yeah, they jumped forward
Stuff
a
that
bunch.
hasn't even happened yet.
Yeah, they did that as well. Yeah.
Anyway, did you watch the whole series, Dr. Rini?
Yeah, I did. I loved it.
Oh, okay.
Oh, sorry.
Yeah, no, I'm good without watching that show at all. I'm not going to waste my time. No offense. All right, Dr. Rini, appreciate you. Love you. Thank you for listening to the show Between Roz and Mocha. Who's your favorite?
You guys have never asked me that question, Roz.
Oh,
There
thank
you go.
you.
Easy answer. Thank you very much. Have a nice day.
Thanks, you too. Bye.
You got it.
And with that, it concludes episode 1147 of the Roz and Mocha Show podcast. Thank you for listening.
Thanks for listening to the Roz and Mocha Show podcast.
Catch the guys live
Weekday mornings from 6 to 10
on Kiss 92.5
KISS925.com
or download the Seeker app.